Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. We're live for a watch-along, the second one of the season. Welcome to Kieran, who's our member for 14 months. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm loving this. I'll tell you what, no one's going to take away the joy. I know I should have been in Murrayfield and I could have been in New York and I should have been at San Diego, but actually, you know what? You can only control what you can control, and we're not going to dwell on unhappiness. We're going to swim in happiness. And I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that it's a 2 o'clock game on a Wednesday afternoon and we get to watch Manchester United. I'm loving the fact that on Saturday night at 10 o'clock I get to watch Man United against Arsenal. And I'm loving the fact that next week we get to get up in the early hours and watch us play Real Madrid and everybody else. So visa issues, you're right actually, trouble in the past. No, it wasn't that, but let the rumours roll. Anyway, let's get involved. Manchester United are kicking off against Lyon in half an hour. Team news, we have sorted out our problems from the first stream that we did last week. So we should have all that up for you. But before we get into that, don't forget we're sponsored by Manscaped. Throughout the tour, you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. They've got a hat trick now. They've got the weed whacker for your nose. They've got the beard trimmer, which is fantastic. And they've also got the lawnmower 4.0 for your balls. So links in the video description and check it out. Big shout out to Manscaped. How are you all feeling this afternoon? This is a team that is pretty much the team as last week. Unfortunately, I'm trying to remember who started. It was Ahmad, Sancho, and did Emran start in the first game, in the first half? I can't remember who it was. Anyway, we've made a couple of changes. Anthony comes into the team and Kovar starts in goal. Hi Mark, I'm from Detroit and I'm going to my first ever Man United game versus City and I want to bring my boots. Is there anywhere to play? Pick up, says Paul, not nice. Forson, it was Forson, of course, sorry, yeah. So Anthony comes in for Forson. And it's pretty much the same team. Kovar in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Martinez and Varane at centre back. Then you've got Fernandez, Fernandez. I'm sorry, I've got that completely wrong. At left back, you've got Hannibal, Mainu, and Mount in the midfield again. And then Anthony comes in with Sancho and Ahmad. So slightly stronger team for United. Another chance for Hannibal, another chance for Mainu. Really, you know, a lot of people are very, very positive about those players, of course. It might not be the. I didn't realise Faz was at the bloody game. I forgot Faz has gone to Edinburgh. Beth got Oslo, Faz has got Edinburgh, and Adam's got America. Who got the better deal? Well, I got the worst deal. It's on my bloody money. No, I'm only joking. I'm not really. But yeah, I think with there's one thing that sort of jumps out at me that I want to say really, really quickly. And we've got an update on the Anana situation as well. But I think the one that really jumps out for me is Fernandez at left back. Now, we mentioned this on the morning show. Brandon Williams is on the bench again. Brandon Williams is going to play with the youth in the second half again with Johnny Evans. This is Erik ten Hag being ruthless on a level that people probably don't really want to acknowledge. I said a few weeks ago, keep your eye on Fernandez at left back. He could be the breakthrough player. It might not be fashionable because he's a left back or a centre back or whatever. He's a left back. But I think he could be the breakthrough player this year. I think Ten Hag really likes him. And logically, Brandon Williams is ahead of him in relation to seniority. This would be like Harry Maguire being fit and Fish playing at centre-back in the first half and Harry Maguire playing with the kids in the second half. Brandon Williams is more senior than Fernandez, but he's playing with the kids in the second half and Fernandez is playing with the first team. So I was interested to see whether that was going to happen again today, and it's very, very clear that in Erik ten Hag's mind, Fernandez is ahead of Williams, and therefore, with Malacia out injured, will that continue into the tour? So it's another big opportunity for Fernandez. It's another big chance for Hannibal and Mainu, and of course Ahmad's on a different level because he's been on loan last year and he's desperately trying to be part of that first team setup. So it's a big chance for Ahmad. But I think I want to talk about Mainu and Hannibal. A lot of people last week, I think, got overexcited. Oh, they're ready for the first team, including Beth. And I don't think they're ready for the first team. I don't think they're ready for the first team. I think even if Ten Hag says they're ready for the first team, they'd be integrated like Garnacho. So there's being ready for the first team in the sense that you put them in the first team every week. And there's being ready for the first team squad like last year with Garnacho. So you become part of the first team squad, you get little bits of time, and that's your breakthrough season. I think with Mainu, that could be a chance. I think with Hannibal, Hannibal reminds me of Pereira, pre-season Perlo, in the sense that everybody likes him, but he plays in pre-season and people think he's got a chance, and then the season come along, you never see him again. And I think that Hannibal really didn't set the world on fire at Birmingham. It doesn't mean he hasn't got a chance, but I just think that he's got to grab these games. If he's going to have any chance, I think Mainu's trajectory is gradual and fine. I think Ahmad's has shown a good trajectory last year. I think if Hannibal's going to force his way into the plans, he's got to do a hell of a lot more. And the reason I say that is because you look at Iqbal last year. I thought Iqbal did really well last year, and then obviously never got a look in. So it's a high bar for Hannibal, but this is why it's exciting, these types of games, definitely. Just a few chats coming in. I need to talk to you about Onana as well. The teams are on the screen, people. That's got to be worth a like. That's got to be worth a subscribe. United Stand on pre-season, giving you the actual lineups, integration, devastation for the nation. But no, that's fantastic, isn't it? Because we actually have got the lineups. They will change in the second half. The score, it's all interactive. So we're up and running. We had problems with the first one, but I told you we'd be sorted by the tour. You know, Man United might not have Onana sorted, but we've sorted out the scoreboard. So, yeah, Mason Mount. Interestingly, Mason Mount on this feed that we've got is playing as a false nine. I don't think that actually will happen. I think Mason Mount will tuck in next to Mainu with Hannibal playing in the Bruno role like he did last time. Yeah, I don't think that will be how we approach it, but you know, maybe they're onto something that we don't know about. I don't know about that. But look, let me show you the away team as well, because we're that good. We can do that. So if you're interested, oh, you can't read it. Oh my God, we failed there. Font on Lyon. They're all called white by the look of it. I can't read a thing. I can't read that. Let me have a look. Font on Lyon needs changing. Shirts. Perfect. Okay, so I can't give you the Lyon team. We'll go back to the Manchester United team. There we go. We're up and running there. On Onana, by the way, on my eyes as well, Ryan, I'm the same as you. With Onana, bit of a delay. Apparently he flew into Birmingham last night. He clearly didn't, because he was on another plane about an hour ago. So Onana hasn't completed his medical. It's nothing to worry about. The expectation is that it will get done. But I think with the Onana official announcement, looking at it, it makes sense for United to announce it tomorrow. Probably get him on a plane on Friday, and he links up with the team from Saturday, Sunday, doesn't he? Stev says, as a South African, I'm really disappointed. Man United never come here, or to Africa for that matter. Huge Man United fan base in South Africa, says Stev. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I think United should be doing more in India and South Africa. You know what? Miles off. I'd love to see United do a South America tour. I don't know how it would go down, but South American fan bases are huge. I'm sure we could play a game in like Rio and Buenos Aires and Bogota and places like that. I'm sure it would sell out. You know, United going on tour. I'd love to see us do something like that. But, you know, we do need to go where there's fan bases as well. We seem to just alternate, don't we, quite regularly between Asia, Australia, and the USA, and obviously there's a financial reason for that. But Caribbean, says ATZ. Yeah, I don't know that they'd pack out 100,000 in the Caribbean, to be honest with you. But it shouldn't always be about the money, is what we're saying. But I think South America, South Africa, India, you would fill and make your money there, wouldn't you? So I don't know why they don't do it. Security risk, says Crystal X, maybe. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. That was from Stev. You can do that through the $ in the chat. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do, bottom right-hand corner, or become a member. You can do that. Appreciate your support. Nil is a member and he wants them to go to India. Let's give a few of the members a shout out. Crystal X had a shout out. Michael says, who is the captain? Captain for Manchester United today, I would imagine it will be Raphael Varane again. I can confirm right now that the captain is Raphael Varane again. So Raphael Varane is the captain. Still trying to get you the team news for Lyon. I will endeavour to do that. Let's have a look if they put it on their Twitter site. Olympique Lyonnais. Let's have a look. Okay. Brilliant. They've got a website. They haven't put their team out. Anybody know where we can get the Lyon team from? This is the problem with pre-season. Even clubs playing in pre-season can't be asked to put their teams out. I can't speak. I can't see it. I can't see the Lyon team anywhere, and I literally can't see it, unfortunately, on our screen. Okay, I've got the Lyon team now. So Lopez, Mata, Diamonde, Sarr, Lazari, Lepanon, Tolisso, Alaroche, Jeffino, Sarr, and you've got it. It's the French Charlie Austin. It's Lacazette will play in the first half as well. So, look, I don't know much about Lyon. They might give us a bit of a game. It's pre-season. I am interested to sort of see how United. Big shout out to Callum Moore as well, who's just dropped it into the group chat there as well. On the bench, they've got Tagliafico. He stands out. Diawara, De Silva, and Dia. I don't know whether you know some of these players, but they'll give us a game. And I think that. I think this will be an interesting one, but I think from next week, when we start to play Arsenal at the weekend, that'll be interesting because you'll get to see players that you know more. Real Madrid will be interesting, of course, and Dortmund will be interesting. So the interest will grow as we go and get closer to the game. Let's have a look what people are saying. Welcome to the Members Club, Nathan. You're a legend. Joshua Bowater is a legend and has been a member for 25 months. Says 30th anniversary of Roy Keane signing for United today. What's your standout Keane memory from his United days? Says Joshua. I think a lot of people go with the stereotypical night in Turin when Roy Keane got us back into the game in '99 against Juventus in the Champions League semi-final. And it was a fantastic performance, a selfless performance. Imagine what it would be like in a Champions League final when Jesper Blomqvist, I think it was, plays a short pass, a hospital pass, and you have to go and win it. You don't win it, you get a yellow card, it puts you out the Champions League final. He didn't start crying. He went and got us into the final. To me, that's one of the greatest acts of captaincy and selflessness I've ever seen. It was incredible. But my favourite Roy Keane performance actually was the Liverpool FA Cup final in #96. He doesn't get enough credit for it. It was a bit of a crap game, but he was brilliant. Cantona threaded it through, remember. But that's probably my favourite Roy Keane individual performance. When are we going to see Hotter Than the Sun t-shirt, says Chris? Yeah, we should do that. Because it would work when he's actually signed as well, wouldn't it? Because he would be a striker that's hotter than the sun. So, yeah, we'll have to have a look at that. Man United hyped in pre-season just to lose 5-0 to Brentford again, says Bwinny. But we're not playing Brentford. I want a tournament absolutely buzz right now, says Mr. Pip. Well done, Mr. Pip. Thank you very much for letting us know that. MUTV will not be free. No, I would guarantee it's not free. I heard it on the radio a couple of days ago that they were advertising their coverage of pre-season. So I guarantee you it's not going to be free. We are in Edinburgh, by the way. We've got the United Stander up in Edinburgh, so hopefully we'll be able to grab an interview or something like that for you after the game. So make sure you subscribe. Obviously, we had the goal scorer and assister. Not his sister. He got a goal and assist. So we should hopefully have somebody else coming on after the channel as well, after the watch along. Sakin, welcome to the Members Club. Apparently Anana's going to land at about 3 o'clock, so maybe medical today, tomorrow now, but I mean, to be honest with you, I'm sort of like, I'm not lost interest, but he's already done his interview, which we spoke about this morning. We know we're signing him, and really we know he's not going to play against Arsenal. So for me, in relation to Onana, they can announce it when they bloody well like, as long as he's training in America by Monday, which I think he will. So for me, I'm quite relaxed about the Onana thing now. I'd like it to have been done by now, but as long as he's training with the team by Monday, which I think he will be, happy days. Sean McGovern, welcome to the Members Club. I think there's a chance he might be in the stands for the New York game as well, or they might just say fly straight into wherever we're going to go post New York, San Diego or Houston. I don't know what we're doing really. I don't know what we're doing. On holiday in Rhodes, and they have taken no card details. It must be free, says Tim Howard. And only United can mess up private flights, says Stephen Donahue. And Sky saying he's doing the medical right now, says Jordan. I think Fabrizio actually gave the update on Onana that he's not actually doing it at the moment. I will tell you what Fabrizio said. Fabrizio has said this. Coach of Lyon, Laurent Blanc. There was a time when I would have took him at Man United, you know. So in relation to Onana is not undergoing medical tests at Manchester United yet. There's some delay on the original plan, but it will happen later. He's currently not at Carrington. Again, no issues. It's just about plan, travel and flights. So that's from Fabrizio 30 minutes ago. So he might not be on a flight, but he's certainly not doing his medical at the moment, and that will probably take place later on. Scooby-Doo, I can do that. I can say Scooby-Doo because we're playing in Edinburgh. If you didn't know that, Edinburgh is a town in Scotland, which is a place at the north of England, like Newcastle, but it's called Scotland. And they've got their own country. Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Interesting Mason Mount playing striker, says Fennick. I don't necessarily know that he will be playing as a striker. I think that's just the stats provider that's put that through. There we go. There's the Lyon lineup for you in all its glory. So we'll get the stats carousel rolling around now. Lovely to have you back. Welcome back, Stats Carousel. You're very welcome. Nice to see you in pre-season as well, getting your practice in. Love it. Very, very welcome. Laurent Blanc did play for Manchester United, James. What do you see in Højlund that you don't see in Ramos, says Ren. Blonde hair. Left-footed. Look, I trust the manager. My excitement about Rasmus Højlund is probably more prolonged than yours because I knew at the start of June that's the striker we were going for. So I had the advantage. So I've sort of like, well, this is the striker we're going for. I'm excited about it, and I've known about it for a long time. There's nothing wrong with Ramos at Benfica, and if he'd been the striker I knew we were signing in June, I'd be excited about Ramos. But I'm excited about Højlund because it's the striker that Erik ten Hag wants. I think the potential of Højlund is bigger than Ramos as well. I mean, Ramos is still a young striker, but I just think that Højlund suits the way that ten Hag wants to play. He's a hard-working striker, but he's also got this immense capability and potential in and around the box, and he's physical. He can carry the ball. There's just huge potential. There's huge upside there. But realistically, I'm not here to say that he's better than Mawani or he's better than Ramos. I think he's a better signing for what we want. But ultimately, it comes down to what Erik ten Hag wants, and he wants this deal to be done. Lovely weather in Scotland as well. That's rare. It's really sunny, and as I say, United lining up in 12 minutes to start this game, and we're ready for it. Big shout out to Sakin and Sean McGovern as well. They're newest members of the United Stand Members Club. You get your little badge next to your name like Jussie and Just Kevin there. And thank you very much for your support. And don't forget that if you are a member, check out our Dublin show. I've watched it about 4 times now. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Score predictions, Goldbridge. Yeah, I don't do that for pre-season because there's no point. What we're looking for here is enjoyment. That's what we are. We're on a night out with the lads, maybe the ladies, maybe a mixture, and we're here to have a good time and look at players. From Erik ten Hag's point of view, this is about fitness. This is about people potentially taking the opportunity and changing his mind. for the younger players, it's massive. It's the difference between being sold, going on loan, or slim chance, but maybe even being part of the first team squad next season. So for the younger players, it's big. For the senior players, it's just fitness. I mean, Eric Ten Hag is not going to look at Lisandro Martinez if he costs a goal and go, "You're sold." Mason Mount, if he has a bad game, he's not going to say you're sold. These are players that are part of the future. So for them, it's about routine, fitness, development. But for other players, it's a chance. Even the goalkeeper, Kovar, it's a chance for those players. And this is what pre-season's about. What I like about this pre-season is it should progressively get better in relation to the football, the fitness, but also the plan. Like, we need an Onana in this team to start playing. I mean, I think the first game Onana plays, it's going to be fascinating to see a goalkeeper. I mean, it's going to be exciting, but it's going to be really, I think it's probably going to be Real Madrid as well next Wednesday night, I would have thought, where we see Onana, and that's going to change the way we play instantly. And I think that's when pre-season gets interesting. Obviously on Sunday, you'll probably get your first 45 minutes of Bruno and Rashford and Casemiro, and then they'll start playing more as well. So, yeah, I think pre-season is what it is. But we've had worse. We've had a lot worse. I mean, some of the pre-seasons we went to the US after the Euros or the World Cup, it's an absolute waste of time. They should have done the medical this morning so they could have walked him out on the pitch up in Edinburgh. Missed a marketing opportunity, says Mike. Andre, how you think the game's going to go? I actually think if you want a prediction, it will probably go the same as Leeds and the same as it did last season, where the first team probably play out a draw and then the kids come out and win the second half. I think that happened a lot last year as well. It happened on the Asia Tour. We're still a bit unsure about Mount, but knowing this is a player Eric Ten Hag wants, what matters to me, same applies to Højlund, says Dan. And I like the fact that Dan has just shifted the attention there, because if there's one player that needs to really, have a good game, Vic M, welcome to Members Club. And I don't think what you do in pre-season defines you for the season ahead, but one player that could just really do, and Edwin's right, Jadon Sancho, 5-star performance, please. One player that could really do with that is Jadon Sancho, because if he scores a hat-trick against Lyon in a pre-season friendly, it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean he's going to start against Wolves, but confidence is really important, and we aren't going to sell Jadon Sancho, so I really hope he can start putting in some good performances, because he's been there from the start. He's not coming back from playing in the England internationals or anything like that. He needs to grab this opportunity. And I'm also excited to see Anthony as well. I think in a different way, it's a massive season for Anthony. It's season 2. That's when people start to really judge you. And I don't think season 1 was dreadful. I don't know why people thought it was. I think it was fragmented by the World Cup, by a couple of injuries. And there was inconsistency in there, but this is a massive season for Anthony. We can't have another season like last season for Anthony. We can't just see glimpses and injuries and inconsistency. He's got to really go up a level this year. Has Anthony. Talking about going up a level, just listen to this.
The United Stand pre-season tour sponsored by Manscaped. Discover the power of 3 with Manscaped's unique trimmers. Get the right tools for the job at manscaped.com. Manscaped, your body will thank you.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Manscaped. You know it. I've got my lawnmower 4.0. I've got my weed whacker. And I've got this big, bad thing called the beard trimmer. It's massive. I actually need to use it as well. I need a shave. Well, I'm not going to do that live on air. But don't forget, you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping by using the code UnitedStand with Manscaped, who are sponsoring our tour show today. Fantastic products, top of the range, well worth it. You'll love it. And use the code UnitedStand. You can scan the QR code with your phone, actually. I haven't even tried it. I'm just going to try it. Where are you, camera? Let's have a look. It works. It bloody works. Yeah, That's fantastic. Links in the video description as well. 20% off, free worldwide shipping. You will love doing it down there, but you will love the beard trimmer as well. So many good lengths, really powerful. Give it a try. Welcome to the Members Club, Vic. We've got a legend in the chat. He's called Dano. He's just gifted 5 memberships. Thanks very much, Dano. We're about 6 minutes away from the start of this game. I believe it's a sellout at Murrayfield. Mark, favourite thing to eat at home on a cold day, says Ruben. I like a good stew, but it's not been cold really. Even by UK standards, it's not been very cold. We've had a lot of rain recently, but it's not been cold. What's the time difference between England and Scotland? So it's just coming up for 2 o'clock in England. So in Scotland, it'll be 9 o'clock at night. There's a guy on the roof playing bagpipes, says Chris. Divisive. They're very divisive, bagpipes. Some people find them beautiful. Some people say it sounds like a cat dying. I choose not to listen. Lloyd Davies, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And Scooby-Doo, says Fennick. I mean, McTominay will be gutted he's not playing. This is McTominay's ground, isn't it? This is where he plays well as well. Scooby-Doo says Joshua Bowwater. That was a lie, by the way, about the time difference. I was just playing to the crowd. The time difference is exactly the same. Scotland is basically still part of the United Kingdom and is very close to Newcastle, which also has the same time code or whatever you want to call it as us. Please do subscribe to the channel as well, by the way. As you can see, 691 in the top right-hand corner, not far away from 1.7. Legends, as always. Get involved with the United Stand. Subscribe bottom right hand corner. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Watchalongs, previews, the lot on this channel. So get involved. You're very, very, very welcome. Lovely to see. I mean, this is just great, isn't it? A Wednesday afternoon in mid-July at 2 o'clock. Normally, you'd be looking around going, what websites can I look at to pass my working day? And here we are at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon watching a game of football. It's great. I'm all for it. And the sun is shining in Scotland as well. So lovely. I'm just going to go full screen here. Full screen. Full screen. There we go. Love that. Lovely. We're ready to go. I'll tell you what. Here's Brandon Williams. Look. You're on the bench, mate. Your 4th choice. Left back. The Harry Maguire of left backs. Left back in the changing room. I used to get called that. Did anyone used to get told that joke? I used to go, Gaffer, what position are you playing? And he'd go, left back. I'd go, I hate playing left back. And he'd go, left back in the changing rooms. You're on the bench. I'd go, stop it, because I'll walk out and go and play for the opposition, because you know they'll want me. They go, oh, it's only a joke. Please don't take it badly. You're the best player we've got. Jeremy from Cosmos said, Anana's done, says Jezza. Thought the time difference between Scotland and England was about 75 years, says Dave. Good one. Hit the like button, says Ian. There's 16,500 people watching. I just want to say what a community, by the way. We had 26,000 people watching the 8 o'clock show last night. 20,000 watching the 10 a.m. show this morning. You know, it's a Wednesday afternoon. We've got nearly 17,000 watching this. What a community we've built, hey. It's absolutely incredible. And don't forget, you know, we will be live in the early hours next Tuesday for the Wrexham game, next Wednesday for the Real Madrid game, the following Sunday for the Dortmund game, and of course 10 o'clock on Saturday night. We've built something very special here organically that really can't be replicated because it's took us years. It's been great, and you've all been part of that journey, whether you're new or old. Thank you very much. What's your opinion on Eddie Howe, says Alberto? None. Done a good job at Newcastle, but there's only one United for me. Do you think it's a good idea to play Fred and Donny to put themselves in the window, says Mint? Well, yeah, I mean, again, I think that, you know, you've sort of hit on a really good theme there again, haven't you? Well done to you. That Donny and Fred are first team players, but they're not playing in the first team 11. Now, in relation to Donny, you could say, well, you know, it's a fitness thing, but really he's going to play, isn't he? So why is he not playing in the first 11? And as for Fred, again, are we even going to see Fred playing? I mean, Fred should really be playing in the first half here. And it just shows you Ten Hag is really sending messages to the club to the fans and to the players that, you know, these players are not part of my first team plans. Van der Beek is on the bench. Let me just run through the bench for you. Bishop, Harrison, Evans, Johnny, Fish, Gerardo, Williams, Fred, Gore, Hansen, Forsen, Van der Beek, Emeren, and Hugel. So the second half will be quite interesting because we will probably see Fred, Donny, and also Johnny Evans. Apparently the referee's not great for this game. Callum says, I've found out the ref, and I'll say I'm sorry, you are screwed. Apparently the weather's not looking good either. But yeah, big opportunities. Some of these players will be part of Ten Hag's plans next season. Some of them potentially could be putting themselves in the shop window for loans, etc. But yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. Smile, an everlasting smile. A smile will bring you near to Lynn, you're laughing at weather, says Gost. I mean, I'm sure it probably will rain. That's it's probably very similar to Ireland, isn't it? Very sunny and bright, and then half an hour later, absolutely pissing it down. Hi Mark, I hope you're well, says Dark Mike Music Group. I think I love about Anthony is he cares about the shirt. Lacked that in the last few years. Can we develop Martial into an Ollie? Okay. And you think Kovar could be good, says York. Yeah, York. You're trying to catch me out with your second name. If everybody at home, the name of this person is York and then second name Hunt. Say them together. Trying to catch me out. Not going to work. Anyway, let's get ready to go here. Timer is about ready. Players are about ready. We're about ready. Please subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Don't forget Manscaped. I'm about to start the stats carousel because that's what everybody wants. There we go. United team on screen. That'll change with any subs, of course. And timer's ready to go as well. Was meant to kick off at 2 o'clock. It's now 2:01. Lyon are ready to go. Lacazette. The French Charlie Austin. Surely he won't score. Come on, ref. Let's do it. Let's do it. And away we go. Time is on screen. Everything's moving around lovely. It's good to be back. So looking at United straight away. Hannibal playing in the more advanced Bruno role again. Kovar nicely out from the back there. Played a nice pass into Wan-Bissaka. And I'll tell you what. I know it's only like 20 seconds in, but Kovar straight away. A couple of nice passes. Wants the ball to feet. Not just booting it away. That mindset's probably been put into him by Ten Hag. I don't think he'll have a future if we buy Suzuki, but you never know. If we don't buy Suzuki, he might fancy it. I mean, of course, Dean Henderson's fit, not here. Don't know what's going on with Dean Henderson, to be honest. Had a good season, Kovar, on loan last year as well. A lot of people like him. A lot of people in the chat. Jadon Sancho playing as a false nine, yes. Anthony's playing off the left wing, by the way. And Ahmad is playing off the right wing. Jadon Sancho playing as the false nine. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but what are you going to do? There is literally no... It's basically Sancho, Mount, Ahmad or Anthony that's got to play up front. And Sancho probably makes the most sense because he's probably the most... well, I don't know, read into it what you like. Lyon have a bit of a break here down the right-hand side. And Mainu intercepts well. Physically, Mainu could really grow into an absolute beast of a player. You can see that. Here we go. Hold on. Hannibal down the right-hand side gets tackled. But yeah, I think there's a lot of physical potential with Mainu. Here's good play by Ahmad. Gives it into Mainu. Now Varane. He'll slip that wide to Martinez. Martinez goes back to Varane. It goes back to the keeper. Charlie George has gifted a membership. And Barmer's gifted 5 memberships. Hope you're doing well, mate. Keep up the good work, Mark. Best community ever, says Crota. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's tuning in this Wednesday afternoon. Kovar again, taking his time, making sure to pass out along the ground. Martinez goes long, throw goes in. Peter Jones says, Kovar's so calm with the ball. You can definitely see, look, I didn't watch Kovar play last season, but you can definitely see the way that, terrible kick. Mabry, this should be a goal. Oh, great save by the keeper. Unlucky. Keeper kicked it straight to Hannibal Mabry. He played it into Sancho, slipped it into Anthony. Should have been 1-0. Keeper's done well after a bad mistake. Good pass by Hannibal into Sancho, who does really well. Lays it into Anthony. Anthony should score, really, especially on his left foot. Almost Martial-esque with the feet there from Sancho. I liked that. It was very close control. Got it out his feet. Laid it off very nice. I liked that from Sancho. It was nice nice control. Ladios is off for an ice cream. Mason Mount's cross. Headed over the bar by Varane. Andrew says brilliant from Sancho. Bit of a Harry Maguire header there from Varane. No real direction on it. Good intensity from United again. We saw that in the first 5-10 minutes against Leeds. And now it's Ahmad. Oh, is that a save or has he put it wide? It wasn't going in anyway. I think he's put it wide. And again, another chance for United. 2 in succession. Ahmad slipped in. He should score that, says Tisil. Let's have a look. Again, good pressure from United in the midfield. It actually is a bad pass. Ahmad's in and doesn't hit the target. Probably should do. Again, on his left foot. Good pressure from Mount and Hannibal. And Ahmad shoots just wide, but really should be hitting the target because it's gone for a goal kick. It's nice to watch a game of football with no stress, says Graham. Thank you, Graham. Here we go again. Ahmad gets it back from Hannibal into Mount. There's space there for United. Mount with the cross, not a very good one. And no way Anthony's going to keep that in. Or although it says he has. And he puts a cross in and it lays it back. And that's a great save by the keeper from Ahmad. 3 big chances for United in a row here. Lovely cross by Anthony. I think Hannibal steps over it. And this time Ahmad hits the shot. And I don't know whether he should score again. He hits it on target. No, I think he shoots where he can. There's a few defenders there. But good play by Anthony. And then Ahmad with the shot. And the keeper actually does a good job just to palm it out for a corner. So 3 big chances for United in a row there. Ahmad involved in 2 of them. Here's Martinez. Coming at you live from Murrayfield. It's my first game, hoping for a win, says Jack. Yeah, if you're actually at Murrayfield, big shout out. Obviously, our commentary is probably going to be better than MUTV. It's not hard. Ahmad's got to stay, says Stephen. I like Ahmad. I think we all like Ahmad. We all want him to do well, and we know that in these games, he's got to just keep putting himself on the front page, really, hasn't he? Get involved. And he certainly was involved there. Could have had 2 goals. Got none. Rakib says, I like this Fernandez guy at left back. He's good considering he's a youth player and he understands the game. Good run by Hannibal. Cross. No. Good break, though. Good play. Good play again. Intelligent run. Gets his head up. Puts the cross in and goes wide. I mean, I think one of the things you always, if you want to intellectually assess this, is this Lyon's first pre-season game? Where are Lyon in fitness? Because I've seen pre-seasons games before. You play Barcelona and you beat them easy, even when they've got good players on the pitch, but they're a week behind you in training. So United Strong start, says Ludders. We know this United team's probably been training for, what, week and a half, 2 weeks? Lyon, how long have they been training? Because they've played one game, says Lajan, so about the same. Is it weird that I hate how positive the commentary is? How fast the year goes as well. Keep up the great work, lads, says Tom. Xander says they haven't played any pre-season games yet. Why has Varane not changed his shirt number to 4 yet? Says Abhishek. It's good. Well, it's a minor point, but it's a good minor point. Here's Lyon. Wan-Bissaka's going to get back there. Martinez actually gets the tackle in. First real foray forward, and it goes out for a goal kick anyway. Johnny Evans is wearing the number 4 apparently, says Tissel. Maybe Varane doesn't want to change his shirt number. Maybe he's alright. Maybe he says, I'm alright with what I've got. Hopefully Mount will end the number 7 curse. Keep it up, Goldbridge, says Werner. Thank you very much. Well, he actually called me Goatbridge, but I don't want to be a show-off. Here's Kovar again. Nice little pass out. There's a willingness to pass out from Kovar. I mean, he's nowhere near the level of... I mean, that was a good pass of an Onana, but he's certainly willing to pass out from the back. And it's a lovely ball by Hannibal into Anthony, who's switched out to the right-hand side. Obviously, it's all left foot. Where's he going? Good. Keeps possession. Here's Fernandez. Oh, nearly played Mount in. Johnny Evans could be our Laurent Blanc, says Alexander Phillips. I also think as well, I know we mentioned it before the game, that Brandon Williams playing with the youth and Fernandez playing with the first team is quite an obvious sign that Ten Hag rates Fernandez ahead of Brandon Williams. But another understandable reason is that Brandon Williams is right-footed. And one of the first things Eric Ten Hag did was bring in a left-footed centre-back. Remember, Maguire used to play left-footed centre-back. Right-footed. Here's Sancho. It's got to be worth a shot. Oh, maybe he should have played a pass. It's got blocked. I think that Eric Ten Hag probably doesn't like Brandon Williams because he's right-footed and he wants a left-footed left-back as well. I don't know why. I don't think Brandon Williams is that good, but I really don't know why he's not just shifted to right-back. He'd have had a much better chance. Sancho here should have slipped in Anthony, really. I don't know what he's shooting from there for. But that's something we're going to have to work on, especially when we bring Rashford and if we bring Højlund in. You've got to be looking for that final pass a little bit more. Oh, lovely ball by Varane. This should be a little dink to the back post, Sancho. Oh, what? That final ball from Sancho 2 times in a row there just needs to be a little bit better. I mean, it's pre-season, the sharpness will come, but lovely little ball by Varane, and I just think Sancho here, well onside. Ahmad's the ball. It needs a dink. It needs some height. He's gone for the Mount pass, and I think the Ahmad pass was the one. There. Good ball by Varane, though. I'm loving all the Prats who say Varane can't play line-breaking passes. He's just done it twice in 2 minutes. It was a lovely ball by Varane, and he's looking to do it again here. Much, much better pace to this first 10 minutes. Rafe says, is this the same Varane that can't pass out from the back? I don't know where that myth's come from. You know where it's come from? Some stat wheel on FB Ref. Use your eyes. What did Mourinho say about stats? What did De Bruyne say about stats? Good intensity to United, though. Not really seen a lot of Mainu yet because we're not really defending much. But he is that deep probing midfielder. Kovar again. That's not such a good pass to Martinez, but he's dealt with it. Already the highlight is lack of striker to finish, says Grant. Well, obviously we will have Rashford back at the weekend. Good cross. Kovar's there. I'm enjoying this game, though. It's a good watch. It's a good watch at the moment. Thanks everyone who's tuning. Let us know your thoughts as we go through. Wan-Bissaka's got it here on the right-hand side. Little ball into Ahmad. He's going to have to just play safe there. Gives it into Varane. Goes back to Kovar. Martinez just telling Mount to drop in. Loving the youth tenacity at the moment. Good problems for Ten Hag. Yeah, how do people think Varane can't pass? Look at his history, says SK. Charlie George gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 1.7 mil. Nice little ball in from Ahmad. Nice touch. He's got movers here. Here we go. Sancho. He's going to get there, surely. No. That's just the lack of pace there. Rashford would have been in there. That pass is actually perfect. Ahmad's weighted that lovely. It's just Sancho. I think Sancho could have wanted that as well. I think that was there to be won. Maybe in a normal season, that's there to be won. Maybe just didn't fancy the 50-50 in a pre-season, which you can sort of understand. Hi, Mark. Heard you took a vibrator to the eye. How are you feeling? There are clips all over Instagram. Disgusting, Gabe, isn't it? That's a lovely pass by Ahmad. Rashford's on that. Just a lack of pace there. I feel like I need to do a tweet. Is Martinez bringing it forward. Carried right to the edge of the box. Into Anthony. Back into Martinez. Sancho, nice little bit of skills. Mason Mount. Here's Sancho. He's drifted. He's drifted onto the left. Held onto it a little bit too long there again. It's that final ball from Sancho is the problem at the moment. He's getting into good positions. Nice ball by Mainu. Well, I think this first 15 minutes is worthy of a goal. I think that's the only thing that's lacking here from United. Here's Ahmad out on the right-hand side. Nice play by Mount. Oh, just got his pass wrong there. But Ahmad is back with the ball. Definitely looks to me like Lyon are not at the same fitness level as us, which can be a problem in pre-season. I don't think a lot of the European leagues don't start when the Premier League starts. So obviously they cater to have their fitness levels for the start of their season. I think it will be the same with Real Madrid next week. Don't think Real Madrid will have played anywhere near as much football as we have. Good tackle. Oh no. Oh, Martinez slips. Lyon could be in. Lacazette, French Charlie Austin. Straight across the face of the goal. It's going out for a throw-in. The short passing and control looks lovely. Like you said, just need the finish, says SK. Oh, Lyon looking a bit dangerous here, just around the edge of the box. Still got it. Yeah, Lacazette's shot was going out for a throw-in. Oh, no. No. Side netting. Side netting there. Time for a stretch. Hi, Mark. Ever thought about working for MUTV? I'm too good, AK. Too good. Can you imagine me on MUTV? Oh, God. They'd just use me for the views, but I wouldn't be allowed to say anything, would I? Corner for Lyon. Headed away by Mount. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to say anything. They'd be like, you can't say anything negative. I haven't said anything. Here we go. 4v Sancho still running. Good book. Anthony. Edge of the box. What's he going to do? Don't shoot. Oh, we've blown that break. We've gone all the way back to Martinez. Again, it's just that final ball, but I don't blame the players. You know, we've got no striker. in this team. Sancho's a creative, Anthony's a creative, Ahmad's a creative. You know, we're missing that cutting edge because we don't have that cutting edge. Here's Anthony again. Good, just slightly overhit to Hannibal. Well, it's a big season for Anthony. I'm not going to lie. I like Anthony, and I was very excited when we bought him last summer. I think it was a reasonable first season as an adjustment, but this season he can't. I think basically if Anthony has a season this season like last season, even I would say I'm concerned because we spent a lot of money on him. He's got a lot more potential than last season, and in season 2, you can't just have another average season. Greg says Mainu's 100% got a future. I like the fact that he's playing deeper. I think that helps. We haven't got a lot of those. Ever thought about collaborating with other United channels? Says Parksy. It's a bit difficult when so many have stabbed you in the back. It's difficult, but you know I'm open to collaboration. Always have been. It's a dodgy industry where people let their egos get in the way, but I'm open to collaborations, always have been. I think that I think the keeper you have in now will be your cup keeper. Looks good on the ball. And what are your thoughts on Mount? Have a real idea where he'll be playing, says Nathan. Mason Mount at the moment is playing in the Ericsson role. He's playing close to Mainu, and Hannibal is playing in the Bruno role. This game really showcases the need of multiple healthy strikers, a starter and a backup. Also, any truth to the Alaba to United rumour, says Omar. I've not heard anything, Omar, about Alaba. In fact, I've only heard about Alaba from you lot. Good play by Lyon here, but they're only on their own halfway line. Some good passes. Sort of played through United's early press. Everyone's back in position now, though. What's your opinion on Hannibal? Says Boo. Look, my honest opinion on Hannibal is he's got no future at Man United, but that's not what everybody wants to hear. So I'll choose to say if he wants a future at Man United, he's got to absolutely light up pre-season, because I just don't think he's in Eric Ten Hag's plans. I think the best he could hope for is another loan. But I think we'll do an Iqbal. I think we'll sell him with a buyback. That's what I think we'll do. I don't see Hannibal. You know, when everybody's the trouble is, pre-seasons. You know, it's like the first few pints on a night out, isn't it? You get all giddy and excited, and you think everything's possible, and then as the night goes on, you realise you're running out of options. Lacazette, good block. From a logical point of view, if we've got Mason Mount, Ericsson, Bruno, where does Hannibal fit in? I just don't see where he gets any game time, and ultimately I think it will be Hannibal or Mainu, and they both might get loaned. But I think Ten Hag is looking more at Mainu than Hannibal. I don't see both of them getting in next season. So I think Hannibal's probably in the shop window, if I'm being honest. But if he had an amazing tour, that could change. But I've enjoyed this first half. I mean, I think it's great to see Martinez and Varane playing together from the start of pre-season. And obviously that's because of injury to Martinez that he didn't go on international duty, and Varane has retired from international duty. Wan-Bissaka as well. You know, we've got some first team players getting in a lot of pre-season football, and I think that'll help. I'm over the moon, says Jenks, with the comeback of Johnny Evans. Well, you'll get to see Johnny Evans in about half an hour because he's going to play in the second half. Boo says, thank you for your response, but I think Hannibal is better than Fred and McTominay. Yeah, I don't think Johnny Evans is better than Harry Maguire, and I don't think that Hannibal's better than Fred and McTominay. I think it's sensationalist, but I don't think it's true. Varane is the captain. Somebody in the chat said they're looking for something to make the yard look bigger. Don't forget we're sponsored by Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. They've got a beard trimmer as well. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Fantastic products. 20% off with the code UnitedStand and you get free worldwide shipping. Kay says, I think Mainu can understudy Casemiro. He's very calm and level-headed with the ball. I completely disagree. And I'll tell you why. Because last season, was Garnacho ready to be the understudy for Rashford? No, he wasn't. He needed to be gradually fed in, and that's what you need. You need to nurture youth. You don't throw them in. So, under your principle, Casemiro breaks his leg. He's out for 2 months, and we're playing Mainu every week in a holding midfield position, going to the Etihad and the Emirates. He's not ready for that. And Garnacho wasn't ready for that at the start of the season either. And that's the pathway. You highlight a player that's ready, and you be patient with them and you feed them in gradually. I mean, it was last autumn when Twitter was slagging Garnacho off. I remember it. I was going absolutely mad, and so were a lot of you, saying he's a young player, back him. So this is it. You don't highlight a youth player and say they're ready to be Casemiro's understudy or they're ready to be Bruno's understudy. They have to be given patience and time, and you give them 10 minutes, you give them a game, and then you don't give them a game for 2 weeks. That's just how you nurture players. I'd like Mainu to be part of the first team squad, but he can't be the understudy for Casemiro. That's just not going to happen. It would be unfair on him. I think Ten Hag's midfield plan is to bring in Amrabat and go with a midfield six of Amrabat, Casemiro, Mount, Eriksen, Bruno, and probably Mainu, and have him as sixth choice. I think that's what he probably would do. And I think that works a lot better. And if we don't buy Amrabat, I think he'll keep McTominay. Same thing happened as what happened against Leeds. I think we had a good 15 minutes of intensity. and it's fell off a little bit, hasn't it? We needed to score. Look, we don't need to score. It's a pre-season game, but we want to see goals. And I think we had 3 or 4 really good chances, didn't we, in the space of 5 minutes in the first quarter of an hour. And we've not really done anything since. Brady's a member, says he hates Lyon's kit. See, Aubameyang's gone to Marseille. I genuinely thought Aubameyang would be perfect to go to Saudi Arabia. I'm surprised he hasn't. Nice ball into Mainu there. Bit of a bad pass to Sancho, but he's done well. Varane nicely into Martinez. A few people in the chat saying they'd like to see more from Mount. Have a bit of patience. I mean, did you see all that nonsense this morning about Havertz and that skills challenge? I liked that skills challenge, by the way. I thought it was good fun. You could only do it in America, though. Imagine doing the skills challenge before you played Liverpool at Old Trafford. There's no banter. It's a rivalry. But, yeah, a lot of people getting on Havertz back saying he's going to be a flop. Nobody's a flop in pre-season. No new signing flops in pre-season. You could score 20 goals in pre-season and then never score again, and you're a flop. It's about being ready for the first game of the season. I've only seen Mount. We haven't even seen Mount play for 90 minutes yet. He played 45 last week. Another half an hour here. All right, it's not set the world on fire, but is he playing in a position that he can set the world on fire? Alisa says the crowd is quiet. I can hear the players and staff shouting. If you're at the game, start shouting Scooby-Doo! Scooby-Doo! Come on, shout, get Scooby-Doo going. That'll be funny if we could hear that on MUTV. Get the crowd going. Come on, Scooby-Doo! Mark, You will be in New York, says J. Dot. Thank you, pal. And remember when we used to have Berbatov, Rooney, Tevez and Ronaldo? Now we have to play with Sancho as a striker. Yeah, well, the club have to answer questions there, don't they, Jameson Gray? Ronaldo left 10 months ago. We haven't bought a striker. And even when Ronaldo was here, we needed to buy a striker. Lovely ball over the top. Oh, Wan-Bissaka's let it go. He's not happy with himself. He should have took it down. He let it run, thinking it was going to stay in, and it had too much pace on the ball. It's interesting, though. I mean, I'd like to get some people's observations on the style of play. Because, honestly, the style of play is no different to what we played last season. We're still constantly looking for that ball over the top. We saw it with Varane. We just saw it again there. We're constantly looking for that ball over the top. Still no real change in the way that Man United play football from last season. And it's going to be interesting to see if that develops over the coming weeks, because I'd like to see us being a little bit more patient in the final third. Matt says, who stood out for you in this game? Yeah, I wouldn't say anybody stood out massively brilliant. I think it's been a good performance from Mainu again. I think Fernandes has been steady at left back. Hannibal's been steady. Ahmad's gone a bit quiet. He started off all right. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of gone off the boil a little bit the last 15 minutes compared to the first 15 minutes. Kovar's probably the one. I agree with Kenny. I think Kovar, without having to make a save, his distribution's been really impressive. Here's Anthony playing off the left. Lays it back. Mount. Nice ball by Mount. Here's Ahmad. I said he'd gone quiet. Puts the cross in. Gets blocked. Ooh, Mount. Not Mount. Ahmad. Innes says, once Onana signs, change of play will improve. Yeah, but he's not going to make us have possession in the final third, is he? It'll move us up the pitch a little bit, but we've got to be better with the ball in the final third. I always use these freebies to say thanks for all the graft you and the team put in on the United stand. So thank you to you and the team, says PT5. Thank you, pal. Thanks for being a member for 20 months. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I don't know what we're doing for subscribers at the moment, but we are on the road to 1.7 million. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. There's Eric with his cap. I don't think he's a cap guy, is he? It's a bit like me. I can't wear caps. We're only 200 subscribers away from 692,000. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. You're very, very welcome. Still 15 minutes to go. Then we will see a completely different team in the second half. He'll make a lot of changes. So I'm just watching Seb do the egg and spoon race. I was transfixed in that. You're gonna do the what? Wrexham game or not? It's at 3:30 in the morning. Stefan, don't make me mad. Great header away by Varane there, by the way. Lovely defending. Many of you during the normal season, living all around the world, get up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to watch Man United play. I think we can do that in the UK. I think we can get up at 3:30 in the morning to watch a pre-season game. Hello, Mark. What happens with the career mode? The summer happened, Ronnie. Too busy. And I generally think no more signings are needed and this squad can challenge City. This is definitely not Avram Glazer. And how much of this season are we going to give Sancho before we call him a flop? This is Jake. Well, interesting. Get your thoughts. Jacobs, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. I mean, look, Sancho always seems to pop up. I think he's lost the fight with some fans. There's some fans like me that still think there's a chance, but percentage-wise, chance of Sancho being a success at United, I wouldn't even say 50-50 anymore. I'd say it's probably shifting the other way. But he's not a number 9. I mean, he's playing out of position. He can't press, and he's not quick. He's got two of the biggest things you need in this team. You need pace with the ball over the top, and you need to be able to press, and he can't do that. So I think he's being played out of position. What do you think of the new kits, says Floyd? Good header away by Martinez. I like the home kit as much as I can like kits. I'm not massively into kits. I like the home kit. I haven't really seen the away kit that looks okay. And that green thing looks absolutely disgusting. Is that green kit the away kit, or is that the third kit? Those referee shirt sleeve sponsors are a joke waiting to happen, says Joshua Bellwater. Another corner for Lyon. Gone out for a goal kick. The Glazers are nice people, Sir Jim Voice, says Utrecht. The green kit's the away kit. Oh, it's bloody disgusting. I tell you what, that's a sackable offence. I'm not joking. Like whoever did that is having a laugh. Aiden says, is there a way back for Donny? And Shay says, hi Mark, what are your thoughts on Kobe Manu? I think he's a brilliant talent. Yeah, he's a very exciting player. And I'm intrigued to see what Erik ten Hag is going to do with him. Is there a way back for Donny van der Beek? Again, well, I'd say Sancho's got more of a chance than Donny. I don't really see a way back for Donny. And I don't think a lot of people want there to be a way back either, do they, if we're being completely honest? I mean, Gar's just said Donny can sling his hook. Yeah, but that away kit's horrible. It's not black and white. It'd be better if it was black and white, Hader. It's actually a dark green. It's horrible. Now, I remember when we had the pink kit, the lime kit, and they were divisive, but that one, I've not seen anybody who likes it. Arsenal away kit is better than ours. Look at the way he's just ran away from Sancho there. At least Sancho's tried to stay with him. 34 minutes. Lyon growing into the game a little bit more. They've picked up the ball on the right-hand side of the box. Good interception by Mount. Hannibal. Here we go. Anthony, come on. All on his left. Use your right. Oh no, he's still on his left. Here he goes. Into Hannibal. Surely a foul, ref, right on the edge of the box on Mason Mount. It's a good position for a free kick though, right on the edge of the box. That's actually a bad foul for pre-season. He's gone right through him here. Right on his ankle. He's all right. Mark, will you be at the Real Madrid game, says Greg? No, I spoke about this last night, unfortunately. And can we offer Maguire, Sancho and Martial for Kane, says Arpit. We can. I think Spurs will tell us to get stuffed. Here's Johnny Evans and co. Warming up. Right, this is a chance for Mason Mount. It's a good opposition. Good opposition. It's a good position for Mason Mount. I mean, he'd be whacking these in training 9 times out of 10. Do you think that Ten Hag may leave the club after this season if the Glazers don't sell, says Louis? I think we're a long way from that. Here's Mason Mount, straight into the wall. Keeper gets hold of it. The away kit is white. Third kit is green, says Stuart. Yeah, the third kit's trash. Aidan, thank you for gifting a membership. Really appreciate that. Not a very good kick by Mason Mount. Straight into the wall. No height. It's amazing how a footballer can do that, isn't it? Like the ball is like literally not moving, and the height was about that high. Must be nerves or something. Well, Sancho's dropping very deep now. He's just took the ball off Varane. Oh, Wan-Bissaka. The foul. Yeah, I'd be thinking about this with 8 minutes to go, and I don't really think anybody in the outfield that needs to impress has particularly impressed. Mainu's been steady. Hannibal's gone quiet. Ahmad's gone quiet. Sancho's gone quiet. I mean, obviously Varane, Martinez, they've got nothing to worry about. Wan-Bissaka, but Kovar's the one that stood out the most for me, I think, in this half. We started off really bright for 15 minutes, but I think the inability of getting that goal has hurt us. Nice long ball by Kovar there as well, and Ahmad has picked it up. Now Mount. We just keep going for the safe ball all the time, though. Keep going backwards. Too many back passes, says Rakib, yeah. And then the long ball comes in. JBP says, I like the green kit. Daniel Rice, thank you very much for your super chat. When was the last time we had a black away kit, actually? I do like a good United black away kit. I think they very rarely don't hit the brief. Does Kovar even have a weak foot? He's impressive, says Anton. Good win. So, correct me if I'm wrong, we were 0-0 with Leeds. So this, the first team hasn't scored in pre-season yet. Didn't score in the 45 minutes against Leeds and hasn't scored here so far. Our away kit from 2000s in black were always so good. Is it too early to let Kovar be our backup keeper, says Ben. It'd be Ten Hag's choice, wasn't it? By the sounds of it, we really want this Suzuki guy. So, I mean, to me, Kovar was on loan playing first team football last year. So, you know, why not? But here's Lyon with a bit of a break into Lacazette. They've got a 3v4. It's a good pass. Gets stuck in his feet. He's found his way through. Wants a penalty. Not going to get one. Because it wasn't one. Yeah, the Cantona era black kit sharp view cam Stoogie was brilliant. Nice ball by Hannibal. Now, Mount's got a lot of space here. We've got a 4v3 on the attack. No, 4v4 actually. Here's Ahmad. Skips past one. Slips it into Mount. Pushed off the ball. Robbo says this isn't our first team. It's our first team in relation to the strength he's got. Obviously, no Rashford and Maguire, etc. But I mean, like, in relation to the squad, this is the stronger 11 that we've taken. Martinez switch. Well played, Wan-Bissaka winning that back. And Ahmad gives it back to Wan-Bissaka. Into Mount. That's it. Ahmad back to Mount. This is good play. over the bar. Probably one of our best bits of play for the last 20 minutes, that. I still find, I mean, I'm ignoring the chat in a sense because there's a lot of negativity around Mason Mount, but I'm not about to say anything bad about Mason Mount, but what I am saying is I still see it, I find it really weird. To me, he's still a Chelsea player. Every time the camera looks at him, I go, what's he doing in a United shirt? It's just going to take a little bit getting used to, isn't it? I think it was the same with Van Persie at the start, but every time it's with him, I'm like, you're a Chelsea player, you're not a United player. But he's a United player. Kovar being used as a plug for Onana till he comes, says Daly. Stuart says, I think Mount's going to be a revelation at United. Well, as we know, Ten Hag is obsessed with him, so... Here's Lacazette again. Interesting ball. Goes for a goal kick. 43 minutes gone. Anto says I'd sell Sancho. Never. Yeah, you're not going to sell him though, are you? Who's going to want him? Who is going to want him? If you're gonna do it right, do it with me. Nice ball into Ahmad. Control not so good. Andrew says he'd keep Sancho. Stu, yeah, I was just watching. I couldn't go to Seb's Sports Day because I had to do this. So the wife's gone, and she's sending me the results. He's just won the throwing competition. School was so much simpler then, wasn't it? Throwing, running, hopping. There we go, Lyon. Oh my God, Hannibal. That's not a good tackle. You won't get booked in a pre-season game, but it wasn't good. Too many long passes. We play a lot more down Wan-Bissaka's wing with Mount. It feels, I think Mount will do well once we get with our first team and striker, says SK. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of square pegs in round holes here. And it is pre-season and it is about fitness. Fluidity is a problem. The midfield hasn't got the composure that it probably would have. And the attack hasn't got anywhere near the balance it should have. I mean, you've got no focal point, number 9. Lovely clearance again by Varane, and it goes out for a goal kick. Sack race was my favourite, says Stu. Apparently Solskjaer was good at that. Ba-dum-dum. That's it, half time. Let's close that down. Half time, Manchester United. And I mean, look, first things first. I completely. I remember doing this last season, and we haven't done it, have we? In relation to this, but let's just have a quick look at the stats at half time. 61% possession for Manchester United. 7 shots to 4. 2 shots on target. 2 corners each. Pass accuracy of 90%. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that realistically, if you are looking at that and you're Eric Ten Hag, you're probably reasonably happy for a pre-season half, but you want to be pushing the possession up to 70%. You want to be pushing the shots up a lot more, and certainly the shots on target. And you want to be going in 1, maybe 2-0 up at front at half-time. I think the limitations of this team are based on the fact that it's pre-season, of course, and there is a lack of fluidity, there's a lack of sharpness. But I still think there's enough quality on that pitch to keep possession better higher up the pitch. And that's the disappointment again. I think there's been a bit too many back passes from good positions. I think there's been a bit too many touches in the final third. I think Sancho, Anthony and Ahmad have all had opportunities to lay it off and have held on to it for a little bit longer. But as Ibrahim says, we're lacking a striker. We are lacking a striker, and a striker gives you things that you're not going to get with a bunch of flair players. Physicality, guile, intelligence, hold-up play, pressing. We don't have a focal point in that team, and I think that Jadon Sancho, whatever you think of him, is playing out of position and is therefore putting a shift in. And it will get better as the tour goes on because we'll be able to put Rashford up there. But it's, you know what, it's absolutely terrifying. Marcus Rashford is it. That's all we got. We've only got Marcus Rashford. If Marcus Rashford needs to come off, or Marcus Rashford can only play 45 minutes, or Marcus Rashford gets injured, and I don't even think Rashford's a striker, we've got nothing else. So, look, it's pre-season. The big standout for me in that half was Kovar. Sirium says Kovar's looking good. Very impressed with Kovar in that half. I like a lot of it will come from Eric Ten Hag, but I like the way that from the very first minute he's under pressure and he's inviting the pressure to play the pass. It's something that Onana's very good at. Alisson's very good at it. You're not in fear of the person pressing you. So you let them come towards you, and as they come towards you, you shift a little bit and you play into the space that they've left behind, and the attack starts. Onana is brilliant at it, and Kovar showed that. The old-fashioned goalkeeper in that position just blasts it, and maybe that's something De Gea got criticised for a lot. But yeah, I think that Kovar has probably been the standout player. The question is, can Kovar have a role at Manchester United? He can. But it feels like they're going to go for that Suzuki and obviously Onana. So, in which case, Kovar shouldn't be third choice. But I don't know. Joseph says, I've said to you before, he's a very good goalkeeper. But yeah, and look, I think if we were hearing that he's going to be the reserve goalkeeper, then I don't think anybody would have a massive problem with it. But we're not hearing that. We're not hearing that at all. So I don't know. I don't know whether that can change. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Eddie says, I'd like him as second choice. Vol, welcome to Members Club. Member for 12 months. You're a legend. What's your opinion on the youngster? I don't know who that is, Steve. And the chat honestly makes me question who's watching the right game, says James. Yeah, give us your thoughts then. United Spirit says, I'd not go for Suzuki and leave Kovar personally. He looks good. Looks good. So Nutsack says you should almost disable comments here. It's pure cancer. I haven't. Maybe my mind just gets rid of a lot of it. But remember, there will be probably some rival fans who've got nothing to do on a Wednesday afternoon who are watching this fantastic community. And we saw how Havertz was treated on social media this morning for missing some skill challenges. So I embrace it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people out there that want Mason Mount to fail. The Sancho stuff, I think, will be coming from our fans, to be honest. And as I said during the game, I think there are some people that have given up on Jadon Sancho, and that is their right. But as we've seen in the past, sometimes you give up on a player and they come bouncing back. I think Sancho's really interesting. I'd be very interested against Arsenal what the front three is, because if Rashford starts and Bruno starts and Casemiro starts, then where does Mount and Sancho and Ahmad and, I mean, Garnacho as well is another one, isn't it? Like, where are these players going to fit in? At the moment, Jadon Sancho's played 2 45-minute halves as a striker. I said it last week against Leeds. There'll be situations where he looks okay, but as a number 9, Jadon Sancho is never going to be a number 9. He's never going to be a false 9. He's never going to be a number 9. He's got no physicality. He is not very good at closing down. He's not particularly quick. He's doing a job for the team. He is not. Is that a concern or is that a positive? And what I mean by that is, sometimes, like Bruno, goes on the right wing, even though you know he's our best number 10, and Weghorst plays at number 10, and you know he's doing a job for his manager, and the manager appreciates that. Sometimes you get put on the right wing because you're not part of the team and you're just playing there. Is Sancho being put up front by Ten Hag because he's part of the team and he's doing a job for the team, or is he putting him up front because he's not going to be part of his team? And we'll find that out over the coming weeks. Reminding everyone that news on the sale is imminent. We won't be attending the games in America. We are having a family intervention for Avram. He needs to accept reality and go, says Joel Glazer. That's not true, by the way. Dinesh says Sancho is literally gone. Look, there was a very good ball in the first half from Ahmad where he perfectly placed it through the middle, and I thought Sancho was going to get there, and either pulled out or wasn't quick enough, and that's why he's not a striker. Like, he's just doing a job that we literally haven't got anybody else to do. So Ten Hag has been already ruthless this season. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Films Reviewed says sell Sancho. I'd like to see Pellistri and Garnacho play some minutes in the second half, says Kevin. I don't think they're on the bench, are they? Jack says the ball was too heavy and the goalkeeper was off his line. Watch it back, Jack. We saw it 3 times in the first half. Sancho's favourite to get that ball. I don't know whether he pulls out, but ultimately he's just not quick enough. If that's Rashford, Rashford's there. So I don't think there was anything wrong with the pass. I think it's just anticipation and hunger, really. It's not his position. Don't understand why Mount was first choice, as Alex. Would be interesting to see what our first team would be. Anthony, Ahmad, Sancho, Garnacho. Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look at the bench because I'm pretty confident that Garnacho and Pellistri are not part of the squad. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, so you've got... Oh, God, it's gone now. Here we go. So we've got Bishop, Harrison, Evans, Fish, Gerardo, Williams, Fred, Gore, Forson, Van... Yeah, they're not there. They're not there. So they won't be involved. Pellistri or Garnacho. And it's very easy to forget those players, isn't it? A few people saying there's been some good performances in that half. Yeah, as I say, I think Kovar stood out for me. Going through the team, Wan-Bissaka, Varane and Martinez, their first teamers. There's nothing wrong with their performance. They don't need to be concerned. They're just building fitness, really. Fernandes at left back was steady. Mainu, I thought, did reasonably well again. I thought Hannibal started well and then drifted. Had a good first 10-15 minutes, then drifted. Mount was just steady. Anthony, first game of pre-season, looked a little bit like last season. Ahmad, again, a little bit like Hannibal, started brightly and drifted. And then Sancho's playing out of position. That would be my analysis. Please say hi to Walwork boys who travelled down from Skye. Amazing to have Man United in Scotland, says Skye. Well, I hope you're all enjoying it. Scooby-Doo. Hopefully the weather will hold out for you. Of course, in the second half, we're going to see a lot of changes. We'll see Johnny Evans. We might see Fred and Donny. Depends what he goes with. But Jack says, I thought Ahmad was our best outfield player. He looks really sharp. And that pass heavy only for Sancho. If it was Højlund or Rashford, the goalkeeper is in trouble. Glazers licking their lips watching Kovar saving 5 million, says Akil. Yeah, I disagree that the pass was heavy. I think the pass was heavy for Sancho, but and look, I've played the game. Sometimes you play the pass. I don't actually think you play the pass for the individual. I think you play the pass, and if the individual isn't capable of getting onto the pass, then they're not capable of getting onto it. I mean, I don't remember when I've played, I've looked up and gone, he's slow. Let me play it really, really slow. I think Ahmad plays a pass because if you tailor every pass, you completely dismiss the intensity and speed of the high level game. You don't have time to look up and go, oh, it's Anthony, oh, it's Phil Jones. Like, you put the ball into a dangerous area and you play a percentage ball. You hit it with the weight that you think is going to be good enough for a player to get onto it. And that's what Ahmad's done. It's not a bad pass. That's what I'm trying to say. If you say it's a heavy pass, I disagree, because that's making out it's a bad pass. He's played a pass at the right weight, in the right direction, that a striker's got a chance of getting onto. That he's done his job. Sancho, in fairness, is not a striker, doesn't anticipate it, isn't hungry enough, and isn't quick enough. If that's Rashford, I think he's got a touch before the goalkeeper gets there. He's that quick. We're probably overanalyzing it. I thought it was a good pass by Ahmad. I just think Sancho's not a striker. Raf, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And appreciate that. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of changes in the second half. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We were only 200 away from 692,000. Loving the pre-season. I feel that the first game I was probably a little bit... but I really enjoyed this game, and I think it's going to get better as it goes on. Obviously, Saturday night at 10 o'clock UK time, New York, Concrete Jungle, where dreams are made of. We will see Bruno and Casemiro and Rashford coming back for that one against Arsenal. And then we've got 2 midweek next week, early hours. The Wrexham one's going to be the one, isn't it? Because we know it's the youth playing in that game against Wrexham, but it will be quite an experience. Interesting to watch Fozzie. And then the night after, it's Real Madrid. So yeah, lots to get involved with. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And don't forget as well, you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping from the best male grooming equipment in the world.
The United Stand pre-season tour sponsored by Manscaped. Discover the power of 3 with Manscaped's unique trimmers. Get the right tools for the job at manscaped.com. Manscaped, your body will thank you.
Yeah, big shout out to Manscaped. Scan the QR code next to me with your camera phone or go through the link in the description. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Fantastic products. And you can definitely get yours delivered. I did actually record it on a potato. You're right, MK Fox. But they've just released this. It's called the Beard Trimmer. It's amazing. It's got so many different lengths on it. I mean, it's got 0.5 all the way through 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. I've had plenty of beard trimmers in the past, and I've never known one to have so many different lengths on it. It's incredible. It's so powerful. It's fantastic. Check it out. 20% off. Free worldwide shipping. The code is United Stand. Thank you very much. My leg's hurting a little bit. I think I need another stretch. These watch-alongs, I'm not used to them. In the summer, I'm sort of doing half an hour max shows. Watch-alongs, of course, you're running into 2 hours, and it's... I need to get back into it. I really do. The second coming of Johnny Evans, and I'm here for it, says Damien. Well, you are here for it. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. He's about to come out onto the pitch. Here come Lyon for the second half. Have they got a new team coming out in the second half, Lyon? I think they have. I think they have. I don't reckon. Oh, no. They're going to keep some of their players on. Lacazette. I think they're keeping a lot of the same players on, Lyon, actually. Lacazette's definitely coming out for the second half. Some teams do it differently. Some teams play an hour and then bring people on, but Lyon are obviously going to do that. Please don't retire. I can't listen to Beth all day, says Daniel. Hey, nothing wrong with Beth. She does a good job. And we should never have sold Johnny Evans, says Fletch. Well, we're just about to... Well, actually, we don't need to. You should very, very, very quickly get the new team on the screen. It's not changed yet, but it will do. Johnny Evans is definitely there. And Donny Evans. Donny van der Beek is coming on. That's what I was looking at. Donny's there. Brandon Williams is there. Johnny Evans is there. I don't know whether Fred's there. It'd be silly not to give Fred game time, I think. But I don't know whether Fred is coming on. Kovar's staying on as well, says Frederick. Fred went to Oslo and they didn't use him, though. Helen Evans is fire, says Greg. Yeah, she's not playing centre-back, though. It's Johnny. Oh, Fred is on the pitch. Fred is there. Thank you very much to Joseph. So I was going to say it'd be really silly not to be using Fred. We know he's for sale and we know he's probably going to go. But Aronson there. Or Hansen. What do they call him? Hansen Aronson or Aronson Hansen? Lauren Blanc's having a good time. And we're up for the second half. Bloody hell, missed the start. Missed it. So, Joe Hugel's playing up through the middle. He's just won a free kick. Gore's playing. Looks like he might be playing on the right. Fred's playing in the midfield with Donny. No, Gore's playing centrally. So it's Gore, Fred and Donny in the midfield. Brandon Williams is at left back. Gerardo will be at right back. I think it's Fish and Evans at centre back. Kovar has stayed on. Fred's playing in the holding midfield role. Hansen's playing on the right. Sorry, on the left. It worries me that fans get gassed by Johnny Evans. This will give the Glazers a pass on buying a proper centre-back, says Stev. It's only really just struck me how much of a waste this pre-season is going to be without a striker, especially after watching that first half, says Jay. Well, you just can't develop the team, can you? Pre-season for you also, Mark. We need you ready for Wolves. Harry, never a true word said. Like, getting back into the rhythm of doing longer streams, I definitely do need a bit of pre-season. And I tell you what, doing a couple at 3 o'clock in the morning will definitely get me ready for day ones. And here is Donny. Little back heel into Gore in the box here. And we've gone backwards again. There's Brandon Williams. Gives the ball away. Joel says, Avram isn't going anywhere. Hint, hint. Brian, Darcy, Edward and Kevin agree that Avram needs to go. Full bold like me, says Joel Glazer. You're only making yourself laugh. No one's going to find that funny. Here's Williams. He's all on his right foot. He's a left back and it's all on his right foot. You see that? Why doesn't Brandon Williams just say I want to play right back? Because he's there in acres of space on the left-hand side and all on his right foot. I don't get this. Look, I know it can be done. People will talk about people like Cancelo, but Brandon Williams ain't Cancelo. Why doesn't he just play at right back and give us some balance? Ahmad's come off at half-time. Good cross by Gore. Donny! What a goal! Great goal by Donny van der Beek. Well, I tell you what, is Donny van der Beek now back in Ten Hag's plans? I don't know. He's got a smile on his face. And it's a great finish by Donny because Gore whips the cross in and he hits it straight on, I think he hits it on the volley, straight into the goal. That's why it is a goal. But look at this. Gore whips the cross in. Yeah, I tell you, it's a good goal. That's a good goal. No messing about. Lovely goal. I tell you what, it's a dream. It's a dream for Donny van der Beek. It just comes to him on his stride, puts it in with the foot. Lovely goal. Lovely cross by Gore. Don't forget to shout the kid out there. But Gore with a lovely cross and Donny van der Beek with a lovely finish. And Manchester United lead 1-0. Better than Havertz, says the chat. Well, there we go. Donny on the spot. He certainly was. Now, we've had chats about whether Hannibal's ready, whether Mainu's ready, whether Ahmad's ready. the big chat now is, what do you do with Donny? Because everybody knows what happens. Pre-season Perlo. People get overexcited about pre-season and will start saying Donny's ready. The big thing is, where does he fit in? That's, realist bridge. Donny van der Beek, says Chip. And delighted for Donny, well deserved after a long time out, says Sam. The problem Donny van der Beek has got is, where does he fit in the team? We've just bought Mason Mount. Donny van der Beek is a more attacking midfielder. You've got Eriksen, Mount, Bruno, and Donny. You're going to have 4 of them. I'd love it to work for him. I really, really would. But if you get the feeling that the ship might have sailed, I don't know. This could be a big conversation. Donny in joking, just happy for him coming back to fitness. Let's see what Erik ten Hag does. Keep it up, says SK. Look, on the very basic level, it's very good when players that you think are finished start doing well, because there'll be clubs out there going, I reckon he can do a job for us. I reckon we can, I like Gore. I'm telling you, I like Gore. He's playing centrally. And this should be 2. Oh. Good tackle on Gerardo. I like Gore. Dan Gore is a player. What a player. Yeah, I've been on about him for a couple of years, actually. He's one that I think probably goes on loan this season. But he's had a really good start to this half. So United lead 1-0. Here's Brandon Williams. Fred playing in the holding midfield role. That's a nice ball from Williams into Hugel. If he gets the... Oh, he should have gone for the cross there. That's the correct team as it stands at the moment, by the way. Yeah, that's correct. So, Lyon have still got the same team out that they had in the first half. We've changed our whole team apart from the goalkeeper. Fernandez played left back in the first half, Kevin, yeah. Kenton's a member. He says, I think Sancho stays. I think Sancho stays for the same reason that Martial stays. I don't think there's an option to let him go. Jar, welcome to the Members Club. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, they're about to make a lot of changes. Lyon. As I say, Man United have made theirs. Fantastic goal by Donny van der Beek, though. The chat is right. I mean, for everything he's gone through at Man United and whatever is going to happen in the future, those are just moments, aren't they, that are nice to see. Lovely ball by Hugel again. He's linked up quite well, but that's a foul. Charlie Savage. I don't know whether Charlie Savage was in the squad, actually. Somebody just mentioned Charlie Savage. I don't know whether he was in the squad for this. Obviously, he played last week. Dun 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 dun. Just going to have a quick look now. No, Savage is not with the squad, so he must have been left back. Yeah, I'd say the natural progression for Gore is to go on loan to a championship club. Gerald, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate that. Also, welcome to Jar. We've done that one, I think, already, but you're still very, very welcome. Please do subscribe, by the way. We were about 200 subscribers away from 692,000. Get involved. You're very welcome. We will be live at 8 o'clock tonight. Of course, we'll have a match reaction as well. And we are in Edinburgh, so you never know. We might actually get an interview with a player again, like we did on last week in Oslo. Super Dan says, my girlfriend hates you. Good. You're always going to have haters. Silverback says, Donny has something to offer and deserves a chance to prove himself. Super sub for the season. The problem with Donny is what I said. Where does he fit in, even if you want him to? Like, he is not a holding midfielder, as we've established. He's not really a box-to-box. He's more attacking midfielder. And we've just got so many people that sort of play in that role. Bruno, Mount, Ericsson can do it. You could argue that Ahmad can do it. Garnacho could do it. Sancho could do it. So we're quite stacked in that sort of area, really. But it'd be interesting. As I said, there's no point in having pre-season and then saying the shop's shut. And what I mean by that is that if somebody can't impress in pre-season, what's the point? And I would look, as much as I'm happy for him, I've got to say, anybody saying keep Donny van der Beek because he scored a goal in 10 minutes against Lyon in a pre-season friendly is either pissed or stupid, because we've seen enough of Donny to know that you can't just say let's keep him based on a goal in a pre-season game. He'd need to build on that over the next few weeks. And the sad truth is, as soon as we play Arsenal, will he even be on the bench? What squad's Donny going to play with? Is he going to play in the Wrexham game or is he going to play in the Real Madrid game? That's his first challenge. There's no point saying, oh, let's keep him as part of the first team. He might not even be part of the Real Madrid squad next week. He might be playing against Wrexham, in which case he ain't got a future at all, has he? So, look, the future's there to be written. Let's see what the manager thinks. I think the most impressive player on the pitch so far is actually Daniel Gore, playing in the midfield. I think Hugo's linked up quite interestingly as well. But I did predict it. I said before the game, I think it'll be a draw in the first half and then the youth will win it in the second half. Although it's not completely youth, I agree. Interestingly, the guy who got the goal and the assist isn't on the pitch at the moment. Emmeren's on the bench. It's Hansen Aronson playing on the left and Fossen playing on the right. MJ says, how's Johnny Evans doing? Well, he's not had anything to do. It's a bit of a walk in the park at the moment. Don't you be getting injured, Fred. Definitely don't want to see players getting injured that we want to sell. Got trodden on there, Fred. Going to take the free kick in his pink boots. Price of a Johnny Evans goal. Punched away. I don't know who the captain is in the second half. I would imagine it might be Johnny Evans. Roy Keane. Gore reminds me a little bit of a young Roy Keane. You've got to be old enough to remember what Roy Keane was like younger. He wasn't like the player that many of you think he is. He was more of a box-to-box, skinny, attacking type player. And I've heard a few people from the youth say that there are similarities between Gore and Keane. But there's a long way to go. Long way to go. Right, Lyon are about to make a load of changes here. Fred's the captain, says Justin. Oh, keeper takes it away. Brandon Williams, straight back to the keeper. Oh, it was Donny, wasn't Brandon. Anan has arrived in Manchester. Woohoo. Be exciting if we didn't know we'd already bought him, wouldn't it? Get the medical on. And get him on the plane to the US. Get him on the training ground. That's when I'll get excited. Nice ball by Donny, that. And Aronson just gets pushed to the floor. The youth players, small intricate passes around the box, and they always look dangerous, while the seniors are just looking to get a shot off. Imagine seniors does the same. We're Manchester United, says Gary Neville. And also, Gerald says, hi, how are you doing? Today, who are we going for next? We need to sell 6 players now and get in 2 more to win any of the cups next season, says Gerald. Well, I think at the moment, United are focused on Hoyland. Scooby-Doo. I'm doing some crowd pictures there. Ooh, Iron Brew. Carl's Iron Brew, made in Scotland from Girders. Is it just me, or does Donny seem to be more lively and happier than he was last pre-season? Says Stephen. He was probably just happy to be back playing football. It was a bad injury, wasn't it? It was a very, very bad injury. Was his injury against Everton in the was it a cup? Oh, not Fred injured. No, he's all right. It's a bad injury for Donny. It was Everton. It was a rainy day, wasn't it? It was a bad injury. So to get back playing in pre-season, he's probably quite excited. Lyon are about to make loads of changes here. It was Bournemouth. Remember, it was raining. Yeah. Rainy day, rainy evening at Old Trafford, I think it was. Oh, no. What's my name? Oh, no. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Why is Scotty not playing in Scotland? Because he's part of the internationals, so Rashford and Bruno and all them lot haven't trained enough yet to be involved. So they'll be involved in the Arsenal game. Size on their number 80, he's like 7 foot, says Joshua Bowwater. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a very big... It's like when you play FIFA, isn't it? You know when you play FIFA and he's bloody massive. Bloody massive. It's like them big players you can make on FIFA. FIFA Pro Clubs. Yeah, if you played FIFA for pro clubs, you know what I'm on about. Good afternoon, Mark. Opinion on the sale of Tellez, Sammy. It's not enough money, but at least he's gone. Dark Horse says that Gore's doing really well today. He's about 7 feet. I don't know. He's 6'8" apparently. Fair play to the lad though. He's playing as a holding midfielder. I mean, normally if you're that big, you play up front, don't you? It's a hard position to play in midfield when you're 6'8". I don't think he's going to make it at the highest level. I mean, I mean like, you know, world class, because it's a terrible position to play being that tall. Then again, he could be a trendsetter. Should be playing basketball, suspect. Gerald must be on dial-up because he says Sal Anthony. He's not even on the pitch, mate. Hamza, well, that's a goalkeeper height, says Savage. He'd be massive compared to a goalkeeper. Most goalkeepers are about 6'3", 6'4". 6'8" is massive. La Liga has really fallen off. Look at Barca fans being excited about Romu. That would be the equivalent of us being excited with Johnny Evans, says Mario. I can't believe they're excited about Romu. I mean, he was a dirty average player at Southampton. Switch it. Nice ball into Aronson. What's he got? Oh, that's a good save by the keeper. It's going in the bottom corner. He's done all right there. Playing off the left wing, he's not really a winger. He's more of a central player, really. But Fred played a good pass. And then he does really well. Gets it onto his right foot. Good shot, good save. Donny with a good ball as well in the build-up there. Yeah, you know what? Talking about pre-season, I remember Adam getting an interview with Donny van der Beek last season. Oh, it was... I felt for Adam. I felt for Donny as well. It was just like he just wasn't happy, was he? You remember it? He just was not. He just looked miserable. Mark, we back, says Sebastian. Thank you very much. Tellez went for about 4 million, Eco. Spoke about it on the morning show if you didn't see it. Here's Hugel. Holds it up. Lovely ball by Hugel. Nearly worked to Forson, but Lyon defender was alive to it. But Fred's alive to this. He's won it high up the pitch to Donny. Good question in the chat. I mean, I don't know everything. Why is Alanga not part of this? Was he an international was he part of the Sweden squad, or I presume that was the case? Yeah, he was an international. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Well, Alanga's apparently going to get sold anyway, isn't he? Gore again. They're in down this right-hand side now, but Johnny Evans will not have the covering pace. But he's got a covering tackle. Probably get a contract off that. Donny always looked like an abandoned puppy, says J Law. He did. He looked very miserable, didn't he, last year? Hopefully. What you got for dinner, says Max? I'm having sweet and sour pork. Not chicken. Not. I'm having sweet and sour pork. So, looking forward to that. Like this chat from Axel of War says, Gore has been fantastic second half. A championship loan could do him great next season. I think that's exactly what he needs to do. Exactly what he needs to do. You're absolutely spot on. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I don't know whether we hit 692,000, but we were close. Get involved with the United Stands. You're very welcome. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. We do all the watch-alongs as well, so get involved with the community. And it's Gore being aggressive again. And referee's given a foul. We're only 70 away. 70 subscribers away from 692. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, Lyon have done absolutely nothing as an attacking team in this second half. It's not been chance after chance after chance for United, but it's certainly been United in control. I mean, we've hardly seen Kovar in this half, and he's the goalie. Thanks, Robert. Says, I love the channel. Here's Gerardo. To Fred. To Gore again. Just lays it off. Intelligent. I don't know what that pass was from Fred. Only he would know. It's gone for a goal kick. Mark, the second half team playing well, scoring goals due to having centre forward up front. No goals yet from first half, says Sandy. Very good observation, you know. Does that make a difference? I mean, I'm not saying Joe Hugel's good enough to play for Manchester United, but by design he is a striker and it gives the team a bit of a focal point. I think it's good. Are loans to the Championship ideal? Eric Ten Hag seems to want to play a style that is not likely to be played by most teams in that league, says Stephen. Well, if you look at Burnley last year, it'd be a very good team to go and play with, wouldn't it? I think you're probably stereotyping the Championship a little bit, really. It's not just kick and rush football. There are some teams that want to play football. Evans is getting a hero's welcome here in Murrayfield, says Jack. And legend of the chat, Keegan, has just gifted 20 memberships. Make sure you say a big thank you to Keegan. Absolutely fantastic. There. Lyon on the attack. And United deal with it quite comfortably. And the number 80 had a shot there. Height and shot power are his attributes on pro clubs. Rail says, or Rally says, how was Ahmad first half? He was okay. I don't think anybody first half really shone massively. The fluidity in the final third was the problem. Again, not having a striker caused us issues. But Ahmad was okay. I mean, the standout player for me in the first half was Kovar, the goalkeeper, which says it all. We had a good couple of chances. Anthony should have scored. I think Ahmad should have scored. And that was in the first 15 minutes. And then we sort of faded a little bit after that. Here's Hugel again. He's going to lay that off. Oh, he should have laid that off. He should have laid that off. Fred's got it back, though. The thing about Gore is he's very physical. He's quite small, but he's very physical. He's mobile, and he's very comfortable on the ball. So he's got a lot of natural attributes to build on. Tim's buzzing with his membership. Well done, Tim. Mark, don't eat pork. It's not good for you. And Robble, well, I'm not really going to get into whether you should eat and what you shouldn't eat because it's a personal choice, and I know some people can't eat things, and well done to that. You know, it's all personal choice. It's like an opinion, isn't it? But I don't actually eat pork that much anyway. I mainly eat chicken. But I'll be honest with you, I like a roast pork on a Sunday lunchtime with some red cabbage and applesauce. But I don't actually eat it that often. offside for Lyon. I hardly ever eat lamb. I've really gone off that. Everyone's talking about pork now. So we've had a 9-month member, Daniel says, know anything regarding McNeil? How come he is not part of the squad? Really low watching our youngsters in pre-season, says Daniel. I don't know what the situation is with Charlie McNeil. I just think he's possibly not part of Ten Hag's plans. I don't know. He was on loan last season. He's not been part of the pre-season. I don't know that he's going to be going to the US. So, really, I'm not too sure what's going on with him. But this is what we talk about. Like, and the youth players are aware of this themselves. It doesn't matter how good you are in youth football. You've got to consistently do it every single year. And you've got to grow while you do it. Because your aim is to be playing men's football for the first team. Not scoring loads of goals or dominating midfields against everybody who's the same age as you, 17. That's the whole point of youth football. And over the years, we've had so many players at United where, they're going to be amazing. And there's no guarantees. I mean, I personally think Chong was very unlucky. And I think it's great that he's got his move to Luton. But he lost basically a year with a knee injury. And he was very, very highly thought of. And it's such a challenge for any youth player to go from being a talented youth player to a first team player at any level. And I think some people do automatically think, Charlie McNeil scored loads of goals. He's definitely going to play for England and Man United. And he might not, because it's very, very difficult. Jamie Jackson article about Radcliffe, says Rids. Can't you just tell us what he said? We're watching a match. Jamie Jackson apparently said that Sir Jim Radcliffe is ready for the sale to go on to next year. I wouldn't be surprised, Batman. Wouldn't be surprised. I can't stand red cabbage, says Peacock. Oh, I love it. Love it. I never used to have it. And then my wife's family had it on Christmas dinner. Red cabbage with turkey and that. And I was like, that's it. I'm in. Hi, Mark. The clubs who are doing player deals with, do you think they know who the new owners are going to be, says Carpet? No. Sir Jim doesn't know if he's going to get the club. Althani doesn't know whether he's going to get the club. No one knows. Ten Hag needs to remind Sancho of his Dortmund ability, says Bailey. Sheikh Jazim bin Hamad Al Thani has become frustrated at the length of the Manchester United sale process. He is unsure about the Glazers' family intent to sell, says Khalid. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair assumption on what's going on. I can't believe how quick this second half's gone, you know. It feels like 2 minutes ago since Donny scored, and we've only got 10 minutes left here. Do you think we'll get an honour announced today? No, because I don't think he's even doing his medical yet. So I think it'll be tomorrow. Brandon Williams with the foul there. That to me is it's not one of football's biggest mysteries because I don't think about it. But I don't understand why a player that's never broken into the first team at Man United persists with playing at left back when he's right-footed. I just do not get it. Surely somebody will say to Brandon Williams at some point, whether it's Norwich, Preston or whoever buys him, mate, you're right-footed, you're playing at right back. Why do you play at left back? What is it that makes you play at left back? Because you're so right-footed, you never use your left. Why don't you play at right back? Because you're making your job harder straight away by playing in a position that you're not natural at. 2017 Europa League final, Mourinho United beat Ajax team including Onana, Van der Beek, De Jong, De Ligt, Ziyech, Davinson Sanchez, and how time flies. Says, I'm powered by Honda. There we go, interesting facts, powered by Honda. Gore looks very promising, says CJ8, thank you. And Khalid says, Sir Jim Radcliffe is prepared for Man United's protracted potential sale to enter the new season if required, and he's putting no time frame on when the Glazers need to make a decision. Yeah, because Sir Jim's he's an arse licker, isn't he, really? I mean, he's basically saying, pick me. He's a beg. He's like, I'll let you stay. We'll keep the debt. And you take as long as you like. I mean, he is the get out of jail card for the Glazers. He's basically letting them do everything. He's sat there going, I don't even mind if you mess up the summer transfer window. I don't mind if you mess up the season. Take as long as you like. Do you want me to do another article telling everyone how nice you are? I don't really care how long it takes. I really don't care. I'll wait for as long as possible. And then you've got Al-Thani saying, look at the bloody club, it's a mess. I wanted to buy the club months ago. We could be building a stadium by now. So, you know, I don't know whether that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me because Sir Jim basically just is that it's a vanity project. As long as I get hold of United, as long as I win, I don't care how I win. That's basically the attitude that you've got with Sir Jim. As I say, he's an enemy of the fans. He's an enemy of the football club because he's keeping the Glazers in place and he's allowing the Glazers to elongate this sale. If Sir Jim Radcliffe had said what Al-Thani said, I want to buy all the club, we'd be sold by now. Because Glazers would have to sell to one of them. But he's given them every opportunity to stay. Why is Johnny Evans so much better than Maguire, says Darren? Well, he's not. And have you eaten a biryani? I have. It was very nice, bro. Alfie Drogba, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. I'm getting a bit hungry now. Talking about biryanis. So, story of the half so far. 10 minutes to go. Donny van der Beek has scored a goal for United. It was a lovely cross by Gore, and Hugo tried to put the cross in there, but it's gone for a corner. Sebastian says, I really rate Palestri and I would hope to see him more next season and hopefully he plays in the Arsenal game. Mark, could you say Luke is a mega prat? There we go, Connor. Well, I think it's going to be interesting when you think about it because you've got all these players of which we've seen 22, well, 21 because Kovar stayed in goal. So we had 21 players play today, but from the next game, you've got Shaw, Delo, Maguire, Lindelof, Casemiro, McTominay, Bruno, Ericsson, Garnacho, Palestri, Rashford, Anana. I mean, there's probably a couple of others. Elanga. There's 13 more players at least to come back. So chances are going to be limited, aren't they, for everybody now? It's almost like if you didn't grab your chance now, you're never going to grab it. Good cross. Kovar gets hold of it. There'll be a match reaction, Joel. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing watch-alongs for the American games, Martin. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved. Get involved. There is an 8 o'clock show tonight as well, yes. Why have we got rid of Ethan Laird? He had so much potential and could play. Can't stand watching Wan-Bissaka. He has no technical ability, says AV. And Brandon says, do you think Lindelof is part of Erik Ten Hag's plans? Oh, yeah, 100%. I think he's really happy with Lindelof. Steve Howard says, Mark, considering we need to sell to buy, could you see Ten Hag offloading Sancho? Where, Steve? Where? I don't support Colchester United carpet. Where do you sell Sancho? I think if Erik Ten Hag had a decent offer for Sancho, he would sell him. But I think that's the honest answer that nobody will admit. The official line is Jadon Sancho is part of United's plans and, you know, a big part of our future. But I guarantee you, if there was someone willing to make an offer, we'd probably take it. Lyon on the attack down the left-hand side here. Probably the first real attack of the half, and it's a terrible pass. They've still got it, though. Oh, good play by Hugo. All on his own, and he's going to go on his own. He's got to win a corner. Well done. Good play by Hugo there. No, I mean, Joe Hugo's an interesting player. He's not really a player that anybody ever thinks is going to make it, and I don't know why. You know, he's a hard-working striker who does get goals, and But nobody ever mentions Hugel as, oh yeah, I think he's got a great future. And it's an interesting one because it wouldn't surprise me if he did end up having a good future because he's a hard-working player and he's very consistent. How old is Hugel now, anyway? Hugel reminds me of Harry Kane, says D3. Still, he's only 19, 20, playing up front. Still got a year or two to fill out a bit as well. Mike makes says, I don't really rate Forson. Yeah, he's been very, very quiet, hasn't he? Obviously, we've not seen Emeran, who scored the goal and got the assist in the last game, which is a bit surprising, actually. You'd think when you got a goal and an assist, you'd get a bit of game time in the next game. But, yeah, he's you know, obviously Ten Hag isn't impressed by goals and assists. It's about the overall player. Red Forever says, I'd like to have seen Emeran get a bit of game time. If you don't ask, you don't get. Sometimes think I've got a low-level Tourette's. Not like swearing one, but I just say some things and I just don't even know why I said it. So, 86 minutes. United are going to win it 1-0. Second pre-season game in a row that they've won. I mean, actually, fucking pre-season wins mean nothing, do they? But it's all about the performance, I suppose. And certainly, we have been the better side, but it's all about individualism and who stood out and how the team has played. Obviously, we're going to start to see a very different Manchester United from the US tour with different players going on the tour. Here's Fred, right foot, Gerardo. Cross is not good. Like you said before, people from the club are biased. The commentators saying, oh, we can't score. Can't say we're playing without a number 9. Noses are brown. So stood up. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the... In fairness to MUTV or Liverpool TV or whatever you want to talk about, the reality is when you've got a club channel, they can't sit there and say, you know, we're struggling because we haven't bought a striker in the summer transfer. And that's very tame stuff, isn't it? Imagine that. Even on MUTV, they can't actually sit there and say, we're crying out for a striker, the ball's just breaking down, Jadon Sancho's not a striker. Even that's deemed to be negative. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Arsenal apparently are playing tonight, and they play United, of course, on Saturday night at 10 o'clock in Newcastle. Sorry, not Newcastle. New York! Not Newcastle. Foul on Gore. Be interesting to see what young players do get taken on the tour, because we've got about 20 to 25 senior players. You'd normally just take them, but then there's a youth game in against Wrexham in San Diego, so be interesting to see what younger players he takes. I mean, I guarantee you we'll see Mainu going. The chat backing Aaron Wan-Bissaka are crazy. Defensively, he's decent, but he's so uncoordinated and technically poor. We aren't winning titles with him in the team, says AV. Well, it's probably going to be Erik Ten Hag starting. Oh, my God. Fred's just tried to shoot from a free kick. Get your passport. Go to Fulham. Fred taking free kicks like he's bloody Roberto Carlos. Get out. That was... Forget the Ballon d'Or. That was balloon ball. Right, Lyon. Last few seconds here. They're on the attack. And I think the referee's about to blow here. Anana's in Manchester. Good. Well, I've got a very interesting thing to say in the match reaction about these two games here, and what I think is a big problem for Manchester United. 1-0 win for United there. Donny van de Beek with a good goal. Another pre-season game out the way. We'll talk about it on the match reaction. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget we've got an 8 o'clock show tonight where we'll be catching up all on all the day's news. But you can't deny Fred's comedy traits though, says Mario Franco. Even the referee had enough, says Chris B. Yeah, well, I'll see you on the match reaction. I'll literally be 1 minute and we'll go through it. I think there's just one thing that's very important that needs to be said. I'll speak to you over there in a minute. Thanks for watching.